Now, there was something I did in my 200 level.
Okay.
Till today, I don't know if it was the right thing to do, but it helped me. Do you know one day I stood up during fellowship? Now, I was already a recognized brother then.
Yeah.
People knew me
Yeah.
to be Pastor Ramki and all that.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Do you know I stood in front of the fellowship and I confessed and told them
My
that
God.
I've been struggling with the sin of pornography.
How did you even do that?
Bro, I just had to. I was desperate.
You were dying.
I was
can't-
dying. I really
can't-
needed to. So
Yeah.
to me, it was in my head then. I felt this was one of the things I needed to do because I realized that the power of sin is secrecy.
Yeah.
So if I'm able to break this thing, if I'm able to come out and actually say it. But guess what? Even while I was saying it, I was still struggling with it. But the liberty that came with that expression was amazing. That was when other people now started having the courage
to
come on.
speak up.
In fact, that time it was pornography. It was not even masturbation. Then a friend of mine who was equally as fiery as anything came out and started talking about his struggle with masturbation. And then I realized, oh my God. So you mean there are
Almost
people
everyone
that I respect so much too that are going through all this struggle. So now, if you think about it, how did I still move from only struggling with pornography and then still moving into masturbation? Bro, the struggle did not end. Though.
It didn't end.
It was not exactly easy.
I'm telling you, listen, you see this thing with pornography and masturbation, and we're emphasizing this because I believe strongly that there are so many people struggling with this watching us. When you said the struggle almost never ends, look, I was there. Many times I will wake up hating myself. Hating myself and hating everything about, basically hating myself. Because now, in my understanding, I have done everything I needed to do.
Exactly.
In fact, there were times when I assumed the position of a counselor, when people would come to me and say, bro, I'm struggling with this. And I'll begin to reel out to them the things that they needed to do, that I was doing that were not working.
But you had to say something.
But I had to say something.
Yeah.
You know, something like when you're in the room and the desire comes, get up and begin to walk.
Yeah.
I tried those things, except that I wouldn't continue. I won't keep walking.
Would you come back to the room?
I would need to sleep. And then sometime in the middle of the night, the urge comes back again. And sometimes I couldn't do anything but just give in.
Yeah.
I'm really, really emphasizing the point where you said the struggle almost never goes away, because someone out there is saying, look, I've done everything I need to do. I've read the books. I've watched the clips. I have prayed. Guy, I prayed. I'm telling you the truth. I prayed many times with tears, begging God and saying, take this thing away from me. Right? Before we got to how God helped me, right, I want to hear your story. Now, that thing you did was very courageous, standing in the presence of people and speaking about it. I couldn't dare do it. But I did at some point when I realized, look, you will die if you don't do it. This thing will literally kill you, right? So I had to speak up to someone. Now, God has helped us. God has helped me. I can say that for sure. Someone is saying, I need God to help me. What would you counsel?
Yeah, that's the beginning of the journey, the recognition that you actually need, help. And another thing is that as much as it is good for us to have people that we should talk to and open up on what our struggles are, we still need to be careful who we share some of these things with. I'm sorry to just dive in a little bit, because there was a particular time where I had an ugly experience that I didn't have the courage to share with everybody, and I shared it with a friend. And this guy went to the church where I was standing in the congregation and recounted the same experience.
Are you kidding?
And said it was prophecy. Now that broke my heart. I don't think till today I can ever look at that guy the same, right? Yeah, but I'm forgiving and all of that. But it just tells you how far some people can actually go. Whether to bring you down, to prove something, I don't really understand. But the first thing is the recognition of the help. The second thing is you have to realize that it's not like this addiction cannot be broken. It's not. You don't. If you have it in your head that you can never. It will never end.
I agree.
The third thing is anything that causes that trigger, you have to try as much as possible to just stay away from it completely. Otherwise, you will find yourself falling back again. Number 3 is if you find yourself, or I don't know if it's number 4, but if you ever find yourself relapsing again, never think in any way that the what do I call it now? The feeling of guilt and condemnation is going to help you. Guilt and condemnation don't help. As a matter of fact, they will push you back into that thing. But remember that no matter how much you have relapsed, the God who has helped you before,
Yeah.
who loves you,
Yeah.
has not stopped loving you.
Yeah.
See, but let me
That's
even tell you,
very
one of the
powerful.
places where I actually saw the light was when I realized that my struggles don't change God's perception of me.
Actually.
No, they don't.